I have to play the audio of who is this? The
Ray Lahood,
Department of Transportation,
former Transportation Secretary.
Yeah, okay. And you can see this video at theblaze.com. He was on MSNBC yesterday, and he just wants to make sure that you don't have your cell phone in your car.
Mm-hmm.
And the government is developing new technology to scramble your cell phone in your car, so you cannot use your cell phone in your car.
Yeah, this isn't an analyst saying that this is what the government might do. This is the Transportation Secretary saying it himself.
Okay, here it is. Listen carefully.
Everybody has a cell phone. Everybody has a BlackBerry. People think they can use them wherever they go, whether it's in church.
How about that? People think, what are they thinking? That they're Americans? They can use their cell phone wherever they want? Oh, these people kill me. What do they think? This is America still? You whip out your cell phone and you use it wherever you please? Oh, they kill me, these people. These Americans. They're so naive. They can just take out their cell phone and use it?
All right. Hang on.
Oh, that's a scream.
Okay, so here's what he says.
Whether it's in their car, whether it's on in a meeting, and people just have had very bad behavior. And in their car, they've had very dangerous behavior because people use their BlackBerries, they text messages, they receive messages. In Washington, D.C., there's a very good law in the books against cell phone use, and you can drive down the street and everybody's on their cell phone. You cannot drive safely.
All right, so, Secretary, that's true. Everything you just said is true. Everybody does it. Everybody's on their phone. If you look around in my neighborhood, all the moms are trying to pick up kids. They're on the phones. They're trying to pick up other kids. It happens. Isn't the only way to stop this is to have a device in a car? When that car is on, the slammer.
Hang on just a second. I am so grateful for MSNBC. You know, Mr. Secretary, you're right. Everybody does it. Isn't the best thing to do then just to round people up and put them in camps? Thank you, MSNBC. What a great idea.
You have to have the other side.
You do.
The only way to solve this is have the government take everyone and tie them up behind the back shed. What?
You know what? We were just thinking that we should do it through more regulation, more laws, and ticketing. But MSNBC came up with a really good idea. We should just jam everybody's cell phones. That way they can never use it.
There's no possible use for a cell phone in a car, like if you were to get in an accident or break down. You got to make sure it's jammed at the moment you need it.
Here's the thing. I think it's fantastic because then maybe we could all use OnStar. OnStar dialing. Oh, wait! Hey! Isn't OnStar GM?
What does GM have to do with the government?
Nothing.
Oh.
Absolutely nothing. And by the way, they want you to know that they've disabled the ability to track where your car might be. They're going to jam it. So the government could, they'll have that jammer. They'll have the phone jammer and the tracking jammer. They're going to take care of that. Anyway, so he goes on.
Yeah. The phone slammer starts and phones don't work. Isn't that the only way to really stop it?
Well, look, there's a lot of technology out there now that can disable phones, and we're looking at that. A number of those people came to our distracted driving meeting here in Washington and presented their technology, and that's one way. But you have to have good laws, you have to have good enforcement, but you have to have people take personal responsibility. That's the bottom line.
No.
Why would you have personal responsibility?
Sometimes you just have to shoot people because they won't behave the way you want them to. And there's no other alternative.
Look, we've begged, we've pleaded. We're going to start the reeducation camps. That's the next step. And then we just shoot them. We got this idea from Bill Ayers, Weather Underground. It's an old idea. Maybe it's come into time, Hey, we've been reading Storm from Van Jones. He's got some great ideas. What was that? Violent revolution. We're thinking about maybe that. Mr. Secretary, no, we're supposed to suggest that to you. Here, this is the way it's supposed to work. As an anchor at MSNBC, I was just thinking, maybe violent revolution. Well, there are a lot of things that we could look into. And when we were just having our violent revolution meeting here in Washington just a few days, some people brought their violent revolutionary ideas to us. But, it really starts with good laws and personal responsibility. See, it works so much better when MSNBC suggests it.
Well, it seems like, too, this is the same approach they do to everything else where, for example, Michelle Obama, she comes out and she says, we all need to all be thin and healthy, and everyone loves that idea. And then she comes out with a bunch of suggestions. And then all of a sudden there's a bunch of restrictions. And then there's a bunch of regulations. And as she points out in the report, the only way we're going to make laws and make sure that this sort of advertising doesn't happen in places we don't like it is if our first measures don't work. They will, as you always say, Glenn, they will nudge you until they start to shove you.
And then they shoot you.
And I guess the equivalent of the shot here is you just put a device in your car in which you can't use it. That's
the shove. No, they'll shoot you after that doesn't work. After you, please. You had radars, and then you had radar detector. You don't think you're going to have an anti-scrambling device that would go in your car? Of course. Mm-hmm. And then they shoot you.
First, like Mayor Bloomberg, who suggested, that New Yorkers think they can just go anywhere they want.
Yeah, this is great. You know what? Have you guys noticed? By the way, and don't think that we haven't. Don't think we didn't pay extra money through union labor to fortify all our walls and everything else. We are in an SEIU building here in Manhattan. So we're in an SEIU building here in Manhattan. Have you guys noticed what they've just put up across the street here?
Cameras. Yeah.
Giant.
All over the place.
Have somebody go out with for the Insider Extreme and get a shot of that across the street. They just put these big cameras up, and
they're gigantic.
Gigantic cameras.
They must film the whole street at once because
no,
they're
huge. See, I walk.
Yeah.
To work.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, look down the street. Look all the way down 6th Avenue.
They're everywhere.
Everywhere.
Well, he's been saying that for a while that he wants those.
And
they're here
because, and I'm quoting Mayor Bloomberg. You can't have people just think that they can walk anywhere they want to in New York.
What do they think? They're Americans?
Oh, man.
It's getting to the point where people think they can go where they want without papers.
It's crazy. Try this other side. You're walking down the street on a cell phone.
Who do they think they are?
And then they think they can walk into a restaurant and order whatever they want.
With salt on it. That's rich. That's rich.
Oh, no. But those of us who are making all the rules are getting much, much more rich. So anyway.